In a village in the eastern region, the villagers are anxious and terrified due to an unusual incident. The villagers' chickens and ducks have been mysteriously dying and vanishing without a trace. The village elder couldn't shake off the growing unease caused by this eerie phenomenon. Every day, the villagers, led by the elder, embarked on a relentless search for the culprit behind this unsettling mystery. This afternoon, the village elder, along with Yulei Pan and two other villagers, took cover behind some dense bushes, their eyes fixed on an old abandoned house at the village's edge.
Are you certain that's a person?
I've been watching them for a while now. There's no mistake. Quiet, look over there.
Suddenly, a figure emerged from the forest, gripping two chickens. The elder and Yulei Pan's eyes widened as they saw a gaunt, ravenous figure, a crazed gleam in their eyes, racing toward the dilapidated house. The elder and the villagers quickly gave chase. The elder pushed open the creaky door and stepped inside, only to be met with a horrifying sight. A person smeared in blood, voraciously devouring raw chicken flesh. With a trembling hand, the elder raised his gun, and the villagers encircled the deranged figures.
Enough is enough. I will help you escape this cursed existence by performing good deeds for you.
The woman didn't heed the elder's words. In an instant, she lunged at Yulei Pan. He was pinned beneath her fierce grip, the terror of her wild strength paralyzing him. At that moment, she sank her teeth into his shoulder with a ferocious bite. Yulei Pan, with a surge of desperate strength, twisted his body and used all his might to push the woman aside, sending her sprawling across the floor. At that very moment, the village elder, Wan, quickly recited mantras and shot the woman dead with a gun before she could rise. Her body crumpled to the ground, lifeless and still. But then, something unearthly happened. A sinister blue light, cold and unnatural, began to seep from her mouth. It swirled and coalesced into a glowing orb, hovering in the air like a malevolent spirit. A chilling laugh echoed through the night.
Did you think I would die this easily? Ha 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 ha.
Then, the blue flames from the woman's body escaped through the window. On a quiet night, Yulei Pan woke up to the terrified cries of his buffalo. He quickly rushed outside to see what was happening. Not far from his house, he saw his buffalo and he was horrified. A headless man, holding a bag, stood up from his sitting position. He picked up a severed head from the fence and attached it to his neck. Then, he took out raw meat from the bag and started eating it voraciously. The sight made Yulei Pan nauseous and terrified. He quickly hid behind the grass. Soon, the headless ghost grabbed his severed head and walked into the forest. Under the moonlight, Yulei Pan clearly saw who the headless ghost was. The next morning,
Elder, something terrible has happened again.
the elder and his son Thiha went downstairs to see what was going on. Yulei Pan told them what he saw last night.
What? San Win was eating raw meat with a severed head? Are you sure?
Yes, Elder. I saw it with my own eyes.
Let's go to San Win's house.
At San Win's house, the elder, Thiha, and Yulei Pan called out for him, but there was no response. At that moment, a woman named Sanda came out.
Your uncle is not home. What's the matter?
Last night, a terrifying ghost appeared, so I came to see Uncle San Win, Auntie Sanda.
Hearing this, Auntie Sanda seemed frightened.
Last night, while I was walking, I heard a sound from behind. When I turned around, I saw a pool of blood near the fence.
Hearing this, the elder and Yulei Pan were shocked. They immediately took her to the pool of blood near the fence. When they arrived, they saw blood on the ground but nothing else.
What should we do, Elder?
I will go and tell the villagers. We need to find out what this is. Uleipan and Thiha, follow the blood trail and inform me if you find anything.
Yulei Pan looked at the entrance to the deep forest where the blood trail led. So, Yulei Pan and Thiha followed the blood trail into the forest.
Yulei Pan, we've been following this blood trail for a while. It's getting dark and cold. Why haven't we found anything yet?
Keep searching. We will find something. Hey, look over there. There's a hut near the tree.
When they reached the hut, they noticed some footprints on the ground. They decided to climb up and check the hut. While they were looking around the hut, they heard someone climbing the stairs. Yulei Pan aimed his gun at the entrance. They saw a headless ghost, covered in blood, standing in front of them. In the ghost's bag, they saw raw meat and intestines. The headless ghost turned around and ran away.
Did he run away, Yulei Pan?
Stay calm. Let's go and tell your father about this.
As night fell, a man with a blood-stained bag approached the elder's house. He placed the blood-stained bag near the stairs and called out to the elder. When the elder came down, he was shocked to see the blood-stained bag.
I found this headless ghost in the hut in the forest.
Whose head is this, Thomas?
I saw blood on the ground and followed it to the hut. When I arrived, I found San Win's head. Oh, my lord.
Stay calm, Thomas. Where is the body?
I didn't find the body, Elder.
At that moment, the headless ghost suddenly appeared from behind the elder's house. Seeing the ghost, Thomas was terrified and stepped back.
Ha ha ha! Do you remember me, Elder?
The headless ghost ran towards the elder. The elder, with quick reflexes, shot the ghost with his gun. The bullet hit the ghost's chest, causing it to stagger back a little. But the ghost ran towards the elder again and jumped on him. The headless ghost, with its strong grip, strangled the elder. The elder couldn't break free. At that moment, a gunshot was heard from behind. The bullet hit the blood-stained bag, causing San Win's severed head to fall out. At the same time, the headless ghost's body fell off the elder.
Thiha, quickly put the sacred amulet into the ghost's mouth before its spirit escapes.
Thiha quickly ran and took out the sacred amulet given by the monk and placed it into San Win's severed head's mouth. At that moment, the woman's voice screamed in agony. The headless ghost twisted in the flames. After a while, the headless ghost and the flames gradually disappeared. Now, all the problems in the village have been resolved. Since then, no more evil spirits have appeared in the village.